The following is a paid program presented by Jersey Sports Zone and RWJ Barnabas Health. Coming up, spring break doesn't mean a vacation for New Jersey high school sports. A big time out-of-conference matchup on the diamond. Cranford comes to Middletown South in a matchup of two state public powers. Plus, the stakes couldn't be any higher in girls lacrosse. Oak Knoll and Summit battle in a 1-versus-2 showdown. The Giants and the Jets are backing up girls flag football, hoping to make it a varsity sport in New Jersey. We've got the story on the explosion of interest across the state. Plus, we tell you the comeback story of Donovan Zach, the St. Joe Metuchen ace who's back from Tommy John surgery. We promise you that you'll flip out when you see this week's edition of the Jersey Sports Zone Top 10 Plays. Stretch out and watch another great week of high school sports.
Jersey Sports Zone! Jersey Sports Zone!
Welcome to another edition of Jersey Sports Zone TV, presented by RWJ Barnabas Health. I'm Rich Krampanis. The spring sports season is in full swing, and once again, our multimedia journalists are all over the state, bringing the best of New Jersey high school sports. We're going to get started here in Middletown for a marquee April baseball matchup out of conference style. Cranford and Middletown South show us why the Garden State is so good on the diamond. Middletown South turns to ace Ben Shield in a high-profile game against Cranford. The Cougars had rider commit Will Gallagher on the hill. He's been a huge part of Cranford's success over the last 3 years. Here's one of Gallagher's 7 strikeouts on the day. Shield was mowing through the Cranford lineup. His fastball reached 92 on the gun, and he's also got some devastating off-speed stuff. Man, Ben Shield with 9 strikeouts through 3 innings. Bottom of the third, Lou D'Alessio goes oppo. This one's got some juice and it's gone. A solo homer to right center for the sophomore. The Eagles are on the board and take a 1-0 lead. In the fourth, Ryan Jaros works a leadoff walk. He steals second and third base. And Cranford goes small ball to solve Shield. Antonio Silva on the squeeze. Shield can't come up with it. The infield hit brings Jaros home. We're tied up at 1. Shield wraps up his day with his 11th strikeout. With 69 pitches through 4 innings, Shield's day is done. An impressive effort by the junior. Bottom 5. Man on for Matt Sleva, and the Eagles' second baseman puts a charge into this one. This one drops into center. The go-ahead run scores. An RBI double for Sleva gives Middletown South a 2-1 lead. Evan Wood throws 3 scoreless innings to back up Shield's stellar work on the hill. This grounder to second ends it as Middletown South picks up a big out-of-conference win. 2-1 is your final. 2 excellent teams put on a great game in Middletown. The Eagles have now won 3 in a row to improve to 5-2 on the season.
I mean, we knew it was going to be a great setting today. A lot of people we knew were coming, and it definitely showed out like that. But I think this is going to prepare us for later in the season. So April games prepare us for May, May prepares us for June. So hopefully we're ready for that.
Now we head over to Rumson for a huge late week addition to the schedule. Rumson Fairhaven hosting Ranney in a matchup of 2 top 10 teams in the state. The Panthers open up with some defensive wizardry. Brett Weringer, that's a 6'5" double play. The Bucknell commit saves a run. That's as smooth as it gets. Ranney capitalizes on a wild pitch to grab the lead. Chris Botnagar comes in as the Panthers take a 2-1 lead into the 6th inning. Bottom 6 now. The Bulldogs storm back with a pair of runs. It's Brian Doherty scoring the go-ahead run, as RFH leads 3-2 heading into the 7th. And the story of the game was Rumson ace Charlie Jones. The Wake Forest commit throws a complete Game 3 hitter as the Bulldogs pick up a resilient 3-2 win in a game that could be a preview of the Shore Conference Championship a few weeks from now.
You know, my boys got my back in the end there. Big 6th inning, and you know, from there on we just won. It was amazing.
From baseball to a 1-versus-2 showdown in girls lacrosse, let's send it over to Jay Cook.
Thanks, Rich. Union County is the epicenter of the girls lacrosse world this week. The undisputed top 2 teams in New Jersey, Summit and Oak Knoll, finally clash. It's a rivalry that's as good as any here in the Garden State. Fresh off a 19-3 win over Montclair, Summit strikes first in this game. It's Lily Spinner with the goal in the first minute of regulation. Oak Knoll answers with a 3-0 run. Caroline Sheridan buries the shot, and the Royals lead 3-1. Oak Knoll keeps it coming. Devin Gogarty gives us a legitimate Goal of the Year nominee. What a move! Gogarty puts her defender on skates, and she zips by for a beautiful goal. Oak Knoll leads 4-3. Summit rolled with the punches, and they go on a 5-2 run to close out the first half. Lily Spinner had 4 goals in the first 25 minutes. Summit heads into halftime with an 8-6 lead. And that lead quickly disappears. Devin Gogarty's 4th goal of the game is the equalizer. We're knotted up in an 8-8 game. 5 minutes later, Summit gets a great opportunity. Jane Freeman is money from 8 meters out. Summit now holds a 2-goal advantage in the second half. Then the Hilltoppers defense goes into lockdown mode. Caitlin Walsh with the save here. Summit shuts Oak Knoll down for the final 21 minutes of regulation, and they secure the win. 10-8 is the final, as Summit cements its place as the #1 team in New Jersey. It's their first win over Oak Knoll since 2019.
It was awesome, definitely like a super high, intense game. And I think just like everyone putting in so much work, going 100%, it was so much fun.
With more from around the state, we go back to Rich Krampanis.
Thanks, Jay. For boys lacrosse, Seton Hall Prep got a career game from Max Racich to bounce back from its first loss of the season. The Prep at Westfield on Thursday, and it was defense that set the tone for the Pirates. Jazz Zanelli had 11 saves in an outstanding game between the pipes. The rest of the story was Racich. Here's Liam Oakes picking up the ground ball, feeding the senior. Max Racich scored 3 straight goals in the second quarter. Racich scored 6 goals to lead Seton Hall Prep to a 13-5 win at Westfield. The Pirates win 3 out of 4 during a tough road stretch, and they're now in the midst of 6 straight games at home. Time to take a break. When we come back, girls flag football is in its second season in New Jersey. The story on the trailblazing athletes who are making the case to become a varsity sport when Jersey Sports Zone continues.
Another week of the spring sports season is in the books, and it was another fantastic week of top plays from the baseball diamond, from the lacrosse fields, and more. Coming up later in the show, it's the Jersey Sports Zone Top 10 list. Stick around, Jersey Sports Zone. We'll be right back.
I'm the director of the Cancer Center, designated by the National Cancer Institute.
We are here to make an important distinction.
There are cancer centers.
And there are NCI-designated cancer centers.
Recognized for world-class research
and positive impact on their communities.
No single person is going to cure cancer.
It'll take a team effort.
That's what an NCI-designated cancer center is all about. In New Jersey, there's only one. Rutgers Cancer Institute in New Jersey, together with RWJ Barnabas Health.
The Road to Success program helps prepare and accelerate your career trajectory to a Wall Street career.
People in my generation really want to be building their own companies and really taking ownership over the work that they do. The Road to Silicon Valley program allows students to really make their dreams a reality.
You have the perspective like mine, born and raised in an urban community, but you also have the perspective who had a parent in Wall Street, and it's not necessarily about how you get to the opportunity, it's what you do with it.
It's really nice to be in a situation, in a place where there are very good people who take good care of people.
Orthopedics is it's not about saving lives, it's about saving quality of life.
A lot of people, we live high-stress lives, so if you tell someone they can't do something for whatever reason, that's pretty traumatic.
I really take pride in trying to be empathetic and trying to put myself in every patient's shoes.
I want to take care of people like I'd want to take care of my family, and I think that when you do that and give somebody that family feeling and give them your honest opinion for what you would do, they value that.
It's time for JSE's Recruiting Roundup, presented by Ocean First Bank.
What's going on, everyone? Neri Rodriguez here for the Recruiting Roundup. Before we turn the page to spring, we still have some hoop stars to highlight. This Camden senior helped lead the Panthers to the last TOC final. Let's get to know Elijah Perkins. JSE viewers have gotten more than a glimpse of Elijah Perkins. Transferring from Ranney to Camden, Perkins capped off his senior year eclipsing 1,000 career points and was a key role player in the Panthers' 31-3 season that ended with a trip to the last Tournament of Champions final. With a host of offers, Elijah Perkins chose Austin Peay as his home after high school ball.
This Recruiting Roundup is brought to you by Ocean First Bank. Ready to bank whenever and wherever? We've got you covered. Here's a pop quiz. What would you say is the fastest growing sport in New Jersey? If you ask a couple hundred female athletes around the state, the answer, quite simply, is flag football.
Yeah, there's new girls. We're a lot closer this year, and we're just excited to be out here.
What started out as a fledgling pilot program last year has blossomed into a frenzy this spring. With support from both the New York Jets and the New York Giants, New Jersey has 36 combined teams, 2 separate leagues, and a roster of athletes who love the game.
Honestly, I just advise any girl that is even thinking about it just to come out and try out and play because you never know what you'd be missing. You never know what you can make of it, so for sure.
I mean, I think it's awesome. I've always loved football, and just to have this opportunity, it's really cool. And the whole school is behind it, and everyone's supporting us, and I think that's awesome.
Passaic Tech hoisted the first North Jersey trophy last season. The Bulldogs program got so much attention that 200 young women tried out to play for this year's team.
It's very rare where someone can say they're the first to do it. And these girls were the first to play flag football in Passaic County, first to win a title in the state of New Jersey, not even Passaic County. And hopefully we continue to progress with that.
They got off to a great start with a 22-0 win over Mount Olive in the opener. For defensive captain Cece Martino, it felt good being back out there.
This year we're working to get our teamwork back together because there's a bunch of new girls and we're all being inclusive, getting all the new girls warmed up with all the old girls, so it's all just one big happy family.
First-year program Mount Olive is one of 18 new teams in North Jersey. Varsity head football coach Brian O'Connor is in charge of a team that started only 6 weeks ago. They'll look to build on a promising start.
We held them to 1 touchdown at halftime. We had opportunities. We'll get better. As the season goes on, we will get better. There was opportunities there. They made some plays, but they're getting better. They are.
I mean, considering that we started brand new, I think we picked up a lot, and I think we're doing pretty great for just 6 weeks of training.
And down the shore, flag football is certainly thriving in year 2.
Sure is. I mean, it's a lot of fun. Like you said, we've got some growth this year. We're going to continue to grow as we move forward. You can already see the progress in the games. The girls who are coming back from last year, taking the next step in the game. The games have become much more competitive.
Flag football has too many two-sport athletes to count. In the fall, Adriana Morales was a defender on Homedale's state championship soccer team. But when football season arrived, she became an offensive spark for the Hornets.
Last year was the first year we were just getting into it. This year we have a lot more plays, a lot more girls that wanted to come out and play. Everyone's close and we all have chemistry, so it makes it that much more fun, and we just come out stronger if we're closer.
Support from the Friday Night Lights coaches will move the chains forward for flag football.
Hopefully to a sanctioned sport, and hopefully to state championships like they do in other states. I mean, that was the goal when we started this thing from day one.
I think it's really great that the girls are getting the opportunity to play flag football, and I think they're having a blast, and I just think it's up and coming. It's only going to get bigger.
And I think it's going to go national too. I know NFL Flag is talking about creating flag football as an Olympic sport in 2028. So, I mean, the sky's the limit for this sport.
With Rich Krampanis, I'm Jay Cook with JerseySportsZone.com.
Time for another break. When we come back, we profile the St. Joseph Metuchen pitcher who's battled back from the pandemic and injury to be back on the Major League Baseball draft radar. You're watching Jersey Sports Zone, presented by RWJ Barnabas Health.
RWJ Barnabas Health has a passion for heart health with the most comprehensive services, including the state's largest adult and pediatric cardiac surgery programs, a heart transplant program that's top 10 nationally, a partnership with Rutgers Health, the latest technology and medical advancements, and nationally renowned care for every heart in every community. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. RWJ Barnabas Health.
Max always dreamed of having nice things, but first he needed to find the path to financial success, starting with the right banking partner, one that has a trusted history with customers and the community, the latest technology, but still knows him by name. Then Max found Ocean First Bank. They're making his dreams come to life.
Ocean First Bank, putting you first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
I'm Jay Aziz Neri Rodriguez. It's been a long offseason, but we're finally back to high school baseball. For St. Joseph Metuchen pitcher Donovan Zach, it was especially long after he missed his entire junior season due to Tommy John surgery. However, that didn't stop him from making a strong comeback in his senior debut.
Just got a different aspect of the game. Obviously, baseball isn't everything. There's a lot worse situations people could go through than getting Tommy John surgery.
Donovan Zach's road to recovery was anything but typical. After COVID-19 canceled the 2020 baseball season, the Last Dance tournament offered high school players the chance to compete against one another in the summer. Zach pitched for St. Joseph Metuchen but required Tommy John surgery after the tournament, ultimately keeping him off the mound for his entire junior year. During that time off, Don still cheered on his teammates in the dugout and got a different aspect of the game.
Yeah, I had a different role last year. I was almost like a coach, so hanging out with a lot of the guys in the dugout, talking to them, talking to kids on the team I've never really talked to before, helped me build like new relationships. And now that I'm back on the field this year, I think I have a great relationship with everybody on the team, and yeah, I'm excited to see what happens.
He did a great job. Last year he was showing up just to be our courtesy runner and to help his teammates out, which was great. So made the best out of a really bad circumstance, and now is kind of reaping the benefits of being back healthy and ready to go.
If waiting a whole year wasn't bad enough, St. Joe's season opener versus Perth Amboy was pushed back a day due to rain. But when Donovan Zach hit the hill, the University of Virginia commit left no doubt as one of the top arm talents in the state, finishing with 10 strikeouts and no earned runs. In his follow-up performance, Zach had 12 Ks for the Falcons. Things seem to be back to normal for the senior, and whether he's headed for Charlottesville or the pros in the upcoming months, Donovan Zach's recovery and work ethic have set a new standard for high school athletes in New Jersey.
Feels good. It's been almost 2 years since I actually pitched in a game, so definitely a lot of adrenaline, a lot of scouts here too. Amped up a little bit, and yeah, I thought I pitched well. We had a great lineup today. Team supported me and just had great coaching, and just was a great win today.
Yeah, I think regardless of where he lands, two great options. You know, having an opportunity to pitch at one of the best college baseball schools in the country in Virginia, or throwing well enough to have an opportunity to sign. It doesn't change the process or the plan. He has a lot of enjoyment when he plays, and it's just going out there and trying to be the best he can be each day.
I worked hard. I kept my head down, stayed true to my goals, and it all worked out. And I'm happy, and yeah, now I'm ready for big high school season this year. So whatever happens, whether it's college or the draft in the summer, I'm excited for.
For Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Neri Rodriguez.
Time for one more break. When we come back, we've got the best plays captured by JSZ cameras. Another great edition of Top 10 Plays is on the way.
I'm the director of the Cancer Center, designated by the National Cancer Institute.
We are here to make an important distinction.
There are cancer centers.
And there are NCI-designated cancer centers.
Recognized for world-class research
and positive impact on their communities.
No single person is going to cure cancer.
It'll take a team effort.
That's what an NCI-designated cancer center is all about. In New Jersey, there's only one. Rutgers Cancer Institute in New Jersey, together with RWJ Barnabas Health.
You don't need to miss any of the action in New Jersey high school sports. Follow Jersey Sports Zone right now on our various social media pages or on our YouTube channel. You can even download our app for free today, available in the Apple and Google Play app stores. Fresh content is posted every single day on JerseySportsZone.com. Don't miss any of the action as it comes from our cameras right to you.
The Boys and Girls Club of Newark is a hub for young people in an environment where they can sometimes feel unsafe. And it's a place where people care about them, where they have a lot of opportunities that they would not otherwise have.
Thanks a lot.
I hope the club will always be here.
We go into the JSZ archives for a blast from the past, brought to you by Princeton Orthopedic Associates.
Hey everyone, I'm James Mooney, back for another trip into the JSZ archives. This week we flash back to 2019, where Jay Cook witnessed an unforgettable scoring outburst in lacrosse from Seton Hall Prep's Connell Kumar.
Seton Hall Prep quickly back on top. After a Luke Blank score, it's another for Connell Kumar on the wraparound. Remember that name. But Connell Kumar was totally locked in. The 2020 Virginia commit could not miss. A pair of goals here gives him 4 on the day so far. Seton Hall Prep with a 7-4 lead. Kumar still had gas in the tank. Count him up, Connell. 7 goals on the day, a truly masterful performance. That makes it a 13-4 game.
I think it was just our offense. I mean, we moved the ball when we got slid to, and then guys were just open on the backside, and we were able to put the ball in the net.
Blast from the Past is brought to you by Princeton Orthopedic Associates, a proud sponsor of Jersey Sports Zone for the last 5 years.
I'm Mike Frankel in West Deptford, where the high school baseball season is in full swing. We've seen some fantastic plays from the high school baseball diamond, from the lacrosse fields, and more this week. So here it is, a fresh Jersey Sports Zone Top 10 Plays of the Week. Number 10.
But Randy's defense steps up. Brett Weringer snags the liner and picks the runner at third. What a play! That is a no-doubt web gem. Weringer's sweet 6'5" double play is as smooth as it gets.
Number 9.
The Lakers pull away in the fourth. How about Cade Shuckman with the jumping bounce shot for the goal? Ooh, you don't see that every day. Shuckman has a hat trick, and the Lakers now lead 7-2.
Number 8.
The Lions kept the game within reach thanks to plays like this. Mike Kisseberth with the diving catch at second. That takes away a base hit. Check out Kisseberth laying out to make an awesome play. A web jam courtesy of Jackson Liberty.
Number 7.
More great defense. This time in the outfield. Colts next. Sophia Vena with a base hit to right. Not so fast. Jordan Gauthier from right field guns the runner at first. Wow! Tremendous awareness by the Lancers right fielder. Gauthier gets the 9-3 putout.
Number 6. Bottom of the third now, a fly ball into shallow left. Michael Giordano gets a great jump on it, and Giordano makes the diving catch. What a grab from the Pirates senior Michael Giordano. He robs the Eagles of a base hit, and Cedar Creek still leads by 1 through 3. Number 5. Looking for more with a runner on second, but Bolts catcher Gavin Shapiro comes up throwing behind the runner, and Shapiro erases him to end the inning. The senior captain wearing that storied Mike Trout #1 jersey this season. Number 4.
Westfield already with some heartbreak in overtime versus Summit to begin the season, seeing if they can pull out a close one. Anthony Buscio in double OT. You're gonna need more people. Game. Buscio wins it for the Blue Devils. 11-10 is your final. Westfield makes it 8 straight Bristol Cups.
Number 3.
Ridge went all out in this game. A high fly to left field is tracked down by Brian Lights. Oh, what a grab! He collides with the fence, but holds on to make a stellar catch. Lights shakes it off like it's no problem at all. The Red Devils are playing with some attitude.
Number 2.
Ethan Shaltis not impressed. Shaltis eating a bowl of nails for breakfast, bullies his way in for the score to cut it to 5-4 with 2:29 left.
And the number 1 play of the week.
Oak Knoll has the response, and it's Devin Gogarty giving us a legitimate Goal of the Year nominee. Goodness gracious! Devin Gogarty puts her defender on skates, and she zips right by for a beautiful goal. 12 minutes remain in the first half. Oak Knoll has a 4-3 lead on Summit.
One programming note to pass along to you. Next week, we'll return to our regular time slot of 11:30 a.m. right here on WLNY TV. Make sure you set your DVR or take some time to join us to catch all our New Jersey high school sports highlights and features from around the state. For our team at Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here next week at 11:30 for all the high school sports action on Jersey Sports Zone TV.
RWJ Barnabas Health has a passion for heart health with the most comprehensive services, including the state's largest adult and pediatric cardiac surgery programs, a heart transplant program that's top 10 nationally, a partnership with Rutgers Health, the latest technology and medical advancements, and nationally renowned care for every heart in every community. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. RWJ Barnabas Health.
The Road to Success program helps prepare and accelerate your career trajectory to a Wall Street career.
People in my generation really want to be building their own companies and really taking ownership over the work that they do.
It's not necessarily about how you get to the opportunity, it's what you do with it.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
The proceeding was a paid program presented by Jersey Sports Zone and RWJ Barnabas Health.